See, that's going to look very smart.
Don't jinx it. Hello everyone, how are you? It's Eva here. This is my friend Amy, and she's brought an amazing piece of clothing which we're going to work on because it's got a little fold with it.
Yeah, and I've previously tried to sew it by hand and I'm not very good. So
well,
it needs a little bit of work and help.
Before we delve into it, Amy, I just
Yes.
wanted to ask you, what made you buy this skirt?
Okay, so I saw it. I think it's actually from F&F, Tesco's. It's PVC, like fake leather material.
Leatherette, yeah.
Leatherette. I also liked the panel bits here, in the velvety material, and I love the really kind of the look and obviously the
You could
zip and
put
everything
it
else.
with anything.
Yeah, it's pretty versatile. So usually I'd wear it with anything from if I was going out, my nice going out top or a sweater or anything like that. And the fit is really good and it's lined inside as well. So that's the reason that I bought it.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen one anywhere else like this. It's quite unique.
Yeah, so you've had it for a while then?
A couple of years. I've had it for maybe 3 years or so.
Believe it or not, that's actually longer than what most people do.
I have a lot of clothes that are very old. I have a range of clothes I'll either buy from a shop or I go charity shopping as well. So I have a lot of clothes that are from charity shops.
Yeah, I think it's the way to go.
So yeah, things that are quite unique and like kind of recycled clothes. I need some help obviously sort of fixing it a little bit. So there is a slight kind of tear up here, so you can see where I've tried to sew it by hand.
I'm just gonna show it to the camera.
Yeah.
So like using a new camera today, so we're improvising. Okay.
So I tried to sew it by hand, but my sewing skills aren't anywhere near as good as Emma's. And also having done a little bit of research, it does need a little bit of work on a sewing machine. So I haven't worn it for about a year because I've been it's been part of my sewing pile.
Oh, what? So, that's good that you've got one though.
I have a sewing pile.
Something away. But what makes you keep it? What makes you not want to give it up or just
still keep it?
And
because I love it, and because I can't go and buy the same garment again.
Yeah.
And secondly, I don't like to throw things away. Once I find things that I really like, I'd much rather fix them until I can't do it anymore, and then I've obviously put it in a clothes bank or it will be recycled in some way. So yeah, when I find things I love, I tend to hang on to them for quite some time. So I've still got jackets and things like that are like 15 years old that are still going.
That's good. I mean, it's crazy that we talk like that, because if you think that there's so many dresses now from say the 60s, for example, vintage dresses, and they're still around.
Yeah, beautiful.
And that's 60 years ago almost. Yeah. And we are saying how 10 years, clearly something's gone wrong.
I think obviously there are a lot of bigger shops and other things, and we seem to have a culture that's disposable. Culture of buying cheaper clothes. I mean, this is not expensive, to be honest. It's probably maybe £20, £25, something like that. But we seem to have this culture of buying very, very inexpensive or cheap clothing, and then you wear it a couple of times and you throw it away, and what the impact on the environment that has is quite big when we're looking at recycling those clothes, but also all the things that go into making that garment and manufacturing it as well. So a lot of pollution and everything else. So as much as possible, I try my best to upcycle or recycle things and keep them as long as I can.
Oh, you made me want to do this more now by saying this. So that's really great. Okay, so when I sew it, I just thought, oh no. But there are things we can actually do. What we have is at the center back there is a seam, and perhaps when you've walked you might have jumped, or I don't know.
I think it's come unstuck.
It's just quite a normal thing to do. Now a lot of the time, if you look at older skirts, I don't have one to show you, but I've got this little fabric to demonstrate. You have a little triangle piece. I don't know whether you've ever seen that. That's kind of...
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the reason why you do is because this doesn't then happen.
Yes.
Okay. I remember my mom always wore stuff like that, and she had a lot. I mean, it could be different triangle, but it's triangle, and so yeah. And it could be that it's on the inside, and then it gets just stitched like that. Now, by your reaction, I understand that that's not something that you want to do.
Well, no, I don't.
Adding extra to it, is that?
I don't mind. To be honest, I'm not. I'm not precious about what things look in the inside, because that doesn't matter. It's what it looks like on the outside.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It will affect what it looks like on the outside, because if we put it just here, I mean, it won't be this one. Will be something like cover, but I want you to illustrate. But if you have this here, obviously that will stay here. We'll just stitch that over.
Okay, so that's option A.
That's option A.
Okay.
Yeah. And even if this is on the inside and we stitch it to it, you've still got that. That's the problem. So it's not ideal. Okay. So option A is a patch.
Okay.
Okay. Option B could be simply taking in a little bit from. So if I turn this
inside out,
yeah. Just a little. Sorry. Okay, a little. Okay, so garments that have got lining on them are better quality generally. They're higher end and they're more expensive, because making a lining is like making a whole new garment and putting it together. But when you fix things, it's easier if things don't have linings. In this case, that's going to be to our advantage. Okay, so let's have a look at the seam. Looking at this. Even if we took, okay, see, so look, that's where it's torn. So we could potentially, that's B, okay, potentially, start stitching from where there was already stitching, and then start going in a bit like a pencil skirt, I suppose, up to slightly lower than where it was. So let's say we're taking a few millimeters from each side. Okay, it will then be like that, which means I need to, if I unpick this, I could then fold it again, and it could look more or less the same on both sides, as it originally did. But I mean, it's really difficult to. Can you visualize what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you're doing.
So it releases this,
so that you've got more to play with.
Yeah. That's B.
Okay, that's a good option. It's a lot of work, but you know.
Well. Okay, C and a garment. You've got one side is the right side, is the side that everyone sees.
Yeah.
And one side is the wrong side, and is the reverse. So on the skirt we've got right side, and on this we've got right side. So what I do is right sides together. Just put them together, and then I could stitch over. Like, I'll probably have to do it to keep it the way it is, because at the moment it's kind of at a sharp point. I need to do a little, like a V, I suppose, like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll cut into this piece, and then we'll turn it. So actually, what it will be like,
that might be easier.
And then we'll turn it, and it will be like that.
That, I feel, would be easier.
It could be easier. I'd say the con in this is that I'm taking a bit extra from here, so this will be a bit wider then. I think that's the three options that I can think of. We're gonna have a break and decide, and then we're gonna come back. Okay, Amy and I, thank you for holding the camera. I decided to go for options. So we are going to cut out of the leatherette that we have. It doesn't have to be leatherette, we just thought complement what we have here. We're going to measure how long a piece we need. So we need to cut a rectangle, essentially. I'll go, this has just centimeters, not inches, but I'll go for 3 centimeters extra. Then the length of up to where you need the repair work. And then maybe, just in case, another.
It's better having extra
3.
than less.
So that's a total of 27 centimeters length, and then the width of that will be enough to have extra on either side of the opening. So, okay, let's say maybe 4 centimeters on either side. We can always cut it later if we need to. plus this opening here, plus another. I think 10. 10 is fine. Yeah, 10 is good. So 10 by 27. I'm gonna cut that. I'll get back to you. Right. So we've got this cut 27 centimeters up, and we'll place it. So if I fold it, I'll kind of go in the middle then. Okay. Then I know this is the center. We got the extra. So later we're going to turn that because that's the hem bit. It'll make sense when we do it, I think. And because it's a leatherette, we can't really use any pins because of holes, but we could use masking tape to temporarily stick things together. Okay, another little tip, if you're actually stitching leather and leatherette together in a seam, you can use paper clips instead of pins, or bulldog clips if it's quite thick leather. But then you'd need more specialist equipment if that's the case to repair. Right, so the reason why I'll be stitching from this side is so we can see where we're stitching up to. So what I'll do is stitch from here all the way at an angle to about here. Okay. That's a bit higher than
you probably want to do it. Yeah,
and then continue on and stitch all the way down to here. So the domestic machine is a little bit easier when you have a tube because you don't have this table in the way, so we need to be careful to not catch the front. Okay, so I've added a bit more masking tape to make sure that's secure. Moment of truth. Another reason why we thought leatherette for this piece would be good, if it wasn't leatherette, we would have had to finish these edges using overlocker or have you, but if it's something like that, because this material allows it, it could just stay as a raw edge and it'll be fine. You could even trim it at an angle and it won't unravel because it's just leatherette, so that's perfect. Okay, yeah, don't say that, not yet. Not perfect yet. Okay. So, I'm going to cut it again from the reverse so I can see what I'm doing. Oh! What did you do?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, we'll just go in the middle. All the way.
Through my terrible sewing.
Okay. So I'm just going to unpick this bit of the skirt. Because we went above that tear, didn't we? And because of that, I don't want to cut through your skirt. We'll just do that. It sounded like a bit. And then what I might do is reinforce that in a minute with a bit of thread. Smaller pair of scissors, I'd say that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I lost mine at a fashion show 2 weeks ago. Okay. All we're doing is moving this through to the right side like that. Okay, now normally if it's not leather, what you do is you'd press the seam together, apart like this, and with the iron so it's nice and flat.
Right.
Because otherwise it just looks crappy and homemade. However, nothing wrong with homemade things, but you know, we're going for professional finish.
Yeah, we're going for a nice straight professional.
Yeah. Now with leather you can't really do that. So a lot of the time when you work with leather, you use glue to keep things stuck. Right, so we're almost there. We are going to secure the facing to the skirt, and normally I'd say stitch it together. However, this time we're not going to do that because with leather things are a little bit different. I don't actually have specialist needle for that, and we've got quite thick layers. So what we're going to do is use all-purpose glue. If you have a similar project, you can use a leather glue as well. I believe Copydex is quite a good one. I've used it in the past. It smells really bad, but it's, you know, it does actually work. And what we're going to do is just glue. So what we're going to do is just glue these together, and I'm going to leave it for 24 hours with a little weight. So let's do that. Okay, it's the moment of truth. Let's see what happened there. Ta-da! Now we're just going to secure everything in place, and we're gonna see what it looks like on. Hi. I'm just going to give Amy her skirt and see what she thinks of it.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time seeing that. Ready? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Moment of truth. You could just tear it, or I don't know.
Whoa! Oh wow!
Is that alright?
Fantastic! Oh, that looks good as new.
Give us a little twirl. Very nice.
Still absolutely perfect.
Lovely. Yeah, it looks good.
So much.
I thought it might be a bit too sexy, but there's no such thing as it. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and thank you, Amy, for having a damaged skirt for me to help you with. And until next time, have a good week ahead, and see you next week.
See you later. Bye.